And what is going on, guys? Sorry for the late screen reaction. Darko Cinna here, welcoming you back to Doki Literature Club. In our previous episode, somebody died. Like, straight up, murder alert. And we are missing a Sayori right here. She's no more. She's all glitched out and distorted. And it doesn't appear that my gay file has been deleted. We're pretty good on that. And, we're back here with Monica. About Sayori. Let's find out what happens. Monica's probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, and athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyways? Oh, I've been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in there? There's a cat. There's a kitty cat. Say hi to the adorable kitty. She doesn't want to say hi to everybody back. Okay, I'm sorry. You can go away. I'm sorry. More markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Really? To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take some time to personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. And the glitching needs to stop. Literature club? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there's only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, isn't that funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Monica should say she. Hey, Darko. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join in? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me feel really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I refuse someone like Monica? I could think of a few reasons. Sure, I guess. I could go check it out. Huh, awesome. You're really sweet, Darko. You know that? It's nothing, really. So we'll go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs a section of the school I rarely visit, generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica's full of energy, swings the door open. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. Girl 1, I guess. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Misaki. Anyways, welcome to the club, Darko. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls, so let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Misaki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Misaki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably first year. Anyways, this is Misaki. Energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. Yuri's the vice president? It's nice to meet you. Yuri's the vice president? Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Misaki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Darko in a classroom, and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new in? I was going to, well, you know, sorry, I didn't forget that. but it just so happens to run into it. Sorry, weird flashing of lights while I'm actually watching Animaniacs. Shout out to Animaniacs. Weird flashing kind of threw me off. I was trying to figure out where something was flashing from. Anyways, in that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Darko? Oh my god. These girls have a few desks arranged around the table. Yuir walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Saki sit across the room from each other. Still feels awkward. I sit next to Monica. So I know you didn't really plan to come here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Yay! Fun and excitement to death. And did I say death? I mean, what? I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all of the effort in to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you are both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Misaki? Well, I guess. Saki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these two. Yuir returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places the teacup in front of each of us before sitting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set here in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. After that, insulted, Yuir looks away. I mean, I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy some tea. I'm glad. Yuir faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Darko, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read the past few years, I really don't have any good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Misaki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after Yuri's sad smile. Anyways, what about you, Yuir? Well, let's see. Yuir traces the rim of her teacup with a finger. My favorites are usually novels that are built deep in complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing. And telling a good story is such a forward and especially expressions. Yuir goes on, clearing passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in. It's obvious by the way her eyes lit up that she finds comfort in the world of books and not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements, usually immersing you as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination and completely, yeah. Anyways, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book. I have read a horror book once. I deeply guess it's something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuir might as well have a conversation with a rock. I didn't expect that of you, Yuir. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really? If a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. What is that? Well, Misaki's eyes dart over from me for a quick second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Misaki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looks like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back. Fine, fine. Misaki, you write your own poems? Oh, well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Doki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Saki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers and exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. You have a writing experience too, Yuir? Maybe you could share some of your work. You can send an example and help Misaki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it is that same for you. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I've got an idea. How about this? Oh god. Misaki and Yuir look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll share them all at once with each other. That way, everyone is even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. So cute to see Yuir as a vice president. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Darko? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I've only come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decisions. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All these girls, they're back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought, these girls are seeing glances before Monika turns back at me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Darko. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet for an official club. We need 4, and I've been trying really, really hard to find a new member. And we don't find one before the festival. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make clear-headed decisions when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides the club itself, Spring City relax. So writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls? Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? They really mean that, Darko? Yes. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all of this, I would be super pissed. Darko, I am so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Oh, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share it. Monika looks at me once more. Darko, I look forward to see how you express yourself. Yeah. I can clearly... Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up beside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuir cleans up the tea set. Guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. See you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart to the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between these 3 girls. Doki, Yuir, and of course, Monika. Will I really be happy spending these... Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer with one of the girls one by one. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances. I'm sure fortune will favor me, and I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Sure. A joke. A man walked into a club room. Holy crap. Okay. I was waiting for the freaking jump scare, guys. That scared the crap out of me. So if you want to pause that and read that yourself, that's okay. Alright, so... Doki. kind of just gonna rampage through this. And see where it goes from there. Hi again, Darko. Glad to see you didn't run away from us after all. Nah, don't worry. It would be a little strange for me, but at least I can keep my words. I'm back in the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Darko. I hope this isn't too overwhelming for me. God, these... Making you dive headfirst to the literature club when you're not accustomed to it. Glitching needs to stop, okay? Needs to stop. It's time to stop. Well, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you're kind of cutting into my wording here. Saki finds herself stuck between Monica and Manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Saki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Darko. Well, I'm sure you could put your comfort first, okay? Yuri. Anyways, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might... Well, I can't really say no one either way. Oh my god. I was Yuri for a minute. I didn't even notice that! Why did I notice that? Like you said, I'm in this club now. It only feels right to me to do something like this if you ask. But what? Yuri? Oh wait. I was thinking for a moment that's... Okay. You gotta remember the girl's name. I had a moment. I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club, so even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president now, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is how the girls... This is how is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, is it just me, or does it feel like the screen is like sideways, or is it just the way I'm like tilting my head? It kind of feels like the screen is sideways and everything. But you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think of it. It was. The screen was sideways. Everyone settled in. I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities at the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in her book. I can't help but notice her intense expressions, like she's waiting for the chance. Meanwhile, Misaki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she let me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she knows to be looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split. That only makes her hide her face despite her looking sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was forced, then I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. What's going on with her eye? That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of this. Or I just kind of like went this way. Not for any particular reason, just curious how come it's the same old book. Well, I stopped by the bookstore yesterday, and that's not what... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuir isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear it. Once I started to pick it up, you might have had a bad time putting it down. Very engaging, relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about, anyways? Well, look at the cover of the book. The book is a portrait of Markov. There's an ominous look. Basically, it's about a religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison that wasn't the same. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines and lust for blood. The facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting up their limbs and off. Well, that might be a little bit of a spoiler, but anyways, I'm really into it. What kind? Not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuir made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so the dark turn came out of nowhere. But you're not a fan of that sort of thing, Darko. No, it's not that. I mean, I definitely can enjoy this kinds of stories, so don't worry. So I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuir isn't into these things. You're so shy and reclusive on the outside, but amongst us seem to be completely different. It's just that kind of story. That kind of challenge you... Making sure nothing else is going out of order. Because our eye totally went this way. All creepy. And the kind that challenges you to look at life from a new perspective. When a horrible thing happened. I just heard something. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyways. I'm rambling again, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets... What the crap was that? I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Please stop me if I'm talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. Literature club, after all. That's true. In fact, might as well start reading it, right? God! It's the subtlety of it. It's beautiful. God, it just... I'm sorry. I mean, you don't have to. But what are you saying? You just get the book. I completely retrieve the book and put it into my bag. Alright, it's fine. Sit here, right? Flip next to Yuir. Yeah. Yuir? A little apprehensive. I'm sorry. I want you to. But sometimes I'm very used to... I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what story means about reading company. Does it feel her presence over my shoulder as I read? It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distraction, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuir is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. What is that? You can't just, like, you gotta let me read stuff like that. You really apologize a lot. I do. I didn't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my index until it's up against Yuir and then hold my book pulled between the two of them. Ah, I suppose so. Yuir timidly closes her own copy. Unless we lean in the... Feels like my left arm is in the way and the right hand of the book. I guess it makes sense. Difficulty 2 pages here. Yuir takes her left arm and holds it to the side between the floor. So we don't... Wait for a jump scare. I think it's a bit distracting for a second. I glance over for Yuri's face. We continue reading. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page for my thumb gently, letting go of the page. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought. The main character kind of reminds me a little bit. No, I didn't relate to this character at all. Definitely not, really. I was just thinking the way she second guesses things and all that. Oh. That's what you're talking about. Sorry, I thought you meant something else about her. Something else. Never mind. Didn't even get that far yet. I don't know why that came to my head. Haha. You feeling alright? Yeah. Yours a little bit fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? I didn't even notice. Anyways, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Wait, hold up. He practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Darko? Something happened just now? I have no idea. Yuri was a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's not alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyways, why don't we start sharing with our poems with each other? Shall we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we just get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. What the crap? Let's start with Misaki. That's about what I expected. That's a little bit. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke my emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. You want to get smacked. I'll pass. Well, anyways, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Okay. So the same poem she had last time. Sorry if I skim over this. Just a lot of this was just basically from like the very first time I started playing. So a lot of it's just kind of like, if you really want to get more into this, kind of go back and watch later videos. But since it's a repeat, I'm going to kind of just like skim through as much as I can. I'm going to get through her, and then we might kill it here. Or I might continue to see what else awaits me. Sorry for the fidgeting, but just the jump scares and everything, and I'm just not ready for this. I told you weren't going to like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. Isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do things can be really disheartening. But I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. Sorry if I'm out of the camera view. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up a rhyme at the end and mean to fall flat on purpose. It helps bringing out the feelings of the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old anyone is, but it's Saki's feeling proud. I won't take it away from her. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and save this here, guys. Also gonna save it here. Like I said, I was trying to make sure that wait, can you? Huh. Fun fact, you can actually go back and try and look at it. Interesting. We'll check on that later. So, anyways. But yeah, I think we'll go ahead and just kill this here. Give me a chance to catch up on my nerves and everything, so... How do I get out? Let's just hit escape. Okay. So we'll just go ahead and hit it there, and then we'll go back and, give me a chance to catch my nerves and everything. It's just really unsettling and everything, and it's done. But anyways, yeah. Like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. Again, I'm very sorry for my rambling. I was just trying to keep up with words, but these horror games do to me, man. They do. But anyways, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Hit the little bell icon to get notifications of future videos and future events that'll be going on. I'm going to try to find a new series to play. And if you guys want to, give me some advice and give me some hits and tips on some things. Anyways, I am your faithful host, Darko Sinner. I'll see you mofos next video. Later, guys.